on a special edition of ELN Morning.
Coronavirus. We'll have the latest on what you need to know before leaving campus for spring break.
Moving online, how professors are finding solutions to take a hands-on classroom to the internet.
And worldwide reaction. ELN students respond this morning on how to move forward as the pandemic spreads.
Today, March 12, 2020.
This is a special edition of ELN Morning, the coronavirus.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Gibson.
And I'm Baylor Rodman. Amid ELN's announcement that all academic classes will take place virtually for 2 weeks after spring break due to the coronavirus or COVID-19 concerns, President Trump announced new travel restrictions between the United States and Europe. Meanwhile, 12 cases of the coronavirus have been confirmed here in North Carolina, and Governor Roy Cooper declared a state of emergency Wednesday. ELN University has responded to the outbreak by suspending in-person classes until Monday, April 6th, even though no coronavirus cases have been confirmed on campus. Director of ELN's News Bureau, Owen Covington, says this action gives university officials the opportunity to assess the spread of COVID-19 and its potential impact on campus. At this point, campus events such as Greek Week and ELNthon have already been canceled. And breaking this morning, the U.S. Capitol is also shutting down because of coronavirus concerns.
Students are boarding planes from Europe back to the United States this morning after they received an email from the Global Education Center telling them that students in Europe, except for those in Ireland and the UK, are being pulled home. Until now, students in Prague were taking online classes abroad. Communications manager for the Global Education Center, Shanalee Von Beek, said in an email to the ELN News Network that the health and safety of the ELN community is most important. But ELN Junior Catherine Logrande says the transition to online classes has been rough.
They're trying to just run things like as normal, but after our first day of online classes, it was definitely not definitely not as normal or running as smoothly as they would hope. We had a lot of difficulty with people like talking over each other and like too many microphones on at the same time because it was, I think, 12 people at a time.
While most students in Europe are headed home, others, like those participating in Semester at Sea, are disembarking early in South Africa on Wednesday, March 25th.
And breaking overnight, we have clarifying information on the statement released last night regarding changes to the Colonial Athletic Association's Women's Basketball Championship happening at Schar Center. As of this morning, all games will be played with only essential personnel, band and spirit squads, limited university administrators, and student-athlete guests, broadcast personnel, and credentialed media members.
ELN professors across the board are working to transition to teaching online, even for courses that are experience-based. Our Emery Eisner has the story.
As ELN courses move online, some professors are finding new ways to teach their hands-on classes. Associate Professor of Biology Matthew Clark says his human anatomy students will use Primal Interactive, a computer program that simulates human organs for labs.
That software will be a useful resource.
Associate Vice President of Information Technology Chris Waters agrees, saying temporarily hosting online courses can bring new programs to light.
We may test some of the technologies we have out to see if they bring value, and sometimes a situation like this allows us that opportunity.
Waters says professors are encouraged to use Moodle in the weeks after spring break, but that other interfaces such as WebEx are also available for live streaming between professors and students.
If someone wants to incorporate live video or live engagement, the tools are there.
Senior Molly Jenks is a dance major and says she is prepared to dance in spaces outside of the ELN studios.
That's what we're taught to do in higher ed dance, is explore movement, spaces, whatever can influence our dance.
Jenks says she will send YouTube videos of herself dancing to her professors and says this will give her an advantage in the future.
I am prepared after this circumstance to say I have skills to do this maybe virtually.
Clark says finding a positive point of view is important.
It may not be the norm, but what is the norm? This will be a new norm. And it will also give faculty and students an opportunity to expand their horizon, to learn in a different way.
Emery Eisner, ELN Morning.
Waters says professors can attend a workshop tomorrow, Friday, March 13th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Belk Library rooms 113 and 125 to learn more about how to use Moodle to teach courses remotely.
Across campus, students are voicing their concerns over the university's announcement. Many say they are unsure how to respond to these new developments.
I don't really have anywhere to go, so I'm debating where I should go now or just come back. But I don't really know what's going on right now.
I have a lot of lab type classes. I don't have some of the equipment that I need for a lot of my classes, so I don't really understand how we're going to get an ELN quality education.
I mean, I was expecting the email. I'm not really surprised that we got it, but I am bummed about transitioning to online classes.
It's going to be really hard. A lot of classes at ELN seem to be very discussion-based and experiential learning, and so taking those and putting them online, or like, I don't even know what that's going to look like. I think it's going to be really hard for students.
Students in ELN's Doctorate of Physical Therapy program have not been told whether or not their classes will be moved online. As of now, their classes are to continue normally. Nan Yang is from China and a third-year Doctorate of Physical Therapy student. She feels confident that even if her classes were moved online because of COVID-19, she wouldn't go home to China as it would compromise her education.
We have clinicals are coming, so we have to work in hospital as a physical therapy students and then cooperating with clinical instructors. So it's going to be impacted because up to now we can't do the clinicals in China, and then I have to do those clinicals in America.
Information about the future of the DPT classes will come from the Dean of the School of Health Sciences. We'll update this story on elonnewsnetwork.com.
Elon sophomore Taylor Lundquist is going home to Seattle for spring break, just 10 minutes from a hospital where multiple patients have died from the coronavirus. He says his parents aren't worried, and neither is he. Lundquist says he's more worried about flying home than being in Seattle. One reason being he doesn't know anyone who has been exposed or tested yet for the virus.
I'm a little surprised by that, honestly, because I feel like I want to say I'm connected in the Seattle area. But no, I actually haven't heard of anything, which it probably helps my confidence again in going back there.
For disease control, there are currently 267 reported cases of the coronavirus in Washington state, the most of any state within the U.S. Lundquist says because not a lot of Elon students are from the Northwest, it's been hard to defend the area's reputation when talking with friends about the virus.
I feel like it's kind of getting a bad rep because of the outbreak and how it kind of started in Seattle. And so everyone, when they hear, oh, it started in Seattle, oh my gosh, Taylor's from Seattle.
Lundquist says he doesn't plan on changing up his daily routine once he gets home, but is not sure if he will remain in Seattle for the full 3 weeks.
Coming up, I have your spring break gas prices and how the coronavirus is affecting those.
Local stores here in Burlington are out of products like hand sanitizer, face masks, and disinfectant wipes. We went to Walgreens on South Church Street as well as Target and CVS on University Drive. Face masks were on back order at Walgreens while Target had a few face masks left, but no hand sanitizer or soap. The CVS product delivery on Monday sold out by Wednesday, and they won't expect another shipment until the 23rd. Target and CVS are also limiting purchases, and CVS is allowing people to buy 5 hand sanitizers at a time, while Target is limiting the purchase of wipes, sanitizer, and masks to 6 items total.
And right now, as we get ready to head home potentially for spring break, we still have weather going to be in the area. So now we're going to head outside and hear your Phoenix 5-day forecast.
Thanks, guys, and we have had some absolutely gorgeous weather lately, and thankfully that's going to continue into today and tomorrow. Today we got a high of 75, and it's going to be a warm night too. Going to get up into the high 60s for the low tonight. Tomorrow, very similar temperatures, high of 75, mid 70s, and then the low is going to be a bit lower as we go into the weekend. Going to see the temperature drop down into the 50s on Saturday and Sunday. Going to be a high of 50 on Saturday and a low of 39 on Sunday, low of 39. And then see the temperatures rise again as the next week starts. Gonna be back up into the mid 50s for the high on Monday, and then on Tuesday we're gonna be back into the 60s. But can appreciate this good weather if you're feeling sick, so make sure that if you're feeling ill, under the weather, you stay inside, isolate yourself, and regardless of whether you're feeling okay or not, make sure you wash your hands. Back to you guys in the studio.
And Maria Ramirez is here to talk about some new travel policies from the White House. And so what does this mean coming from the White House for U.S. citizens who might be in Europe trying to travel back to the United States?
Yeah, so this travel ban is actually for non-U.S. nationals, so for foreign nationals. That does not include people with permanent green card or permanent residency status here in the U.S. So this is really going to be affecting mostly foreign nationals. The GEC has actually chosen to cancel all affiliate programs in Europe with the exception of UK and Ireland. And so all of those students have received an email about how they're going to be coming back. Decisions about refunds are still being made. And then international students from ELN that are abroad are also being reached out to and contacted separately because obviously this is going to affect them differently. Some of them might have to go back to their home countries as opposed to coming to the US because of this new travel ban for Europe. So decisions are still being made. I mean, the president announced this last night, so the GEC is working really quickly and very hard to kind of figure out what's going to happen, and we'll be covering what happens to these students who are at these study abroad programs.
Well, thank you very much, and I know we'll have a bunch of updates on elonnewsnetwork.com, and so thank you so much for your reporting.
And after the break, Brian Ray is here with spring break gas prices.
And again, Brian Ray is here in studio to tell us where you can find the cheapest gas. Brian?
Well, the good news is, according to the American Automobile Association, the national gas price average is the lowest it's been in more than a year at $2.38 per gallon. Part of this is attributed to the coronavirus as the global market drops and economy slows in China, which is the second largest consumer of gas in the world. According to AAA, average gas price here in North Carolina is just over $2. If you're going to the airport for break, gas in Raleigh is averaging $1.95 and Greensboro is $1.83. Heading out of the state, the farther south you go, the cheaper gas is going to be. South Carolina, Florida, and Georgia are all just over $2 a gallon. If you're headed north, it's going to be more expensive at closer to $2.50. Amanda and Baylor?
Well, that's all the news we have for you today. Thanks so much for joining us.
For all the news you need to know when we're not on the air and for all of our coronavirus coverage, check out our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
From all of us here at ELN News Network, have a great spring break and stay safe.